Hey everyone, it's Greg Tastic here, and today I got excited for about 7.6 seconds before I realized what was happening. There was articles, I don't know how the news really broke, but there were articles on multiple sites talking about Sony would be a third party publisher on the PC and Switch, and it was very clickbaity. So then, of course, I decided, why don't I just do a clickbaity video about it? But no, I will do a clickbaity title. But the thing that actually happened is there was a report that said Sony was going to be a third party publisher on the Switch and PC, and that was actually kind of not really what you were expecting it to be, because what they were actually saying is Sony, the music corporation, is going to be a third party publisher for an independent studio that's going to put out games on the Switch and the PC. But this really has nothing to do with uh, the actual Sony publisher that publishes games for the PS4 or any, you know. So I read the article's title, and before I read the article, I was thinking, oh, maybe we could get Uncharted on the PC or something like that, which would be absolutely awesome. Or what I'm really would love to be able to play on the PC is MLB The Show, because that's been like a PlayStation's been the only system to have good baseball games for like the last 10 or 11 years, which is total crap. But that's not the case. None of those games are going to be coming to the Switch or PC anytime soon. They just saw Sony as a publisher for an independent studio and said, we can now say that Sony's publishing games on the PC and the Switch, which technically kind of is true, but any, you know, game that is a Sony exclusive as far as the PS4 that is of importance most likely will not be coming to the Switch or the PC for the foreseeable future. It will be interesting to see if that ever changes. I'm starting to wonder, because people talk a lot about how they thought that the Xbox One, PS4, like Wii U type of generation was going to be the last console generation that we had. But the Switch released. I mean, people kind of knew Nintendo was going to release a new system anyway, and that would happen. But the Switch released, and it's been pretty popular. And the Xbox is coming out with the Xbox One X, which, while is not technically a new generation, I'm sure will be popular and will help people who don't have PCs, game in 4K to some level. So, it's interesting if that's actually going to happen or not. I don't think it is, because they're talking about like streaming games or something like that, but your dedicated hardware is always going to be able to give you more performance than streaming. Or maybe it won't in the future. Maybe they could have a dedicated hardware that streams it, but I'm not really sure. Most people are ready to stream games like that. I don't know if the technology's there yet. But anyway, the reason I mention that is because I imagine that if that does happen, like people think it's going to, where you either stream games or everyone uses a PC or something like that, it will be interesting to see, does Nintendo only publish on Nintendo? Does Sony only publish their great games? I'm thinking of franchises, their big franchises. Does Sony only publish those on PlayStation? Microsoft is already changing it, because they publish a lot of their games on PC now, but also obviously, well, Windows is Microsoft based, so it's not like they're only publishing it on Xbox. They're publishing it on PC, but they do kind of have a big place in the PC market, so it's not really the same as like Sony or Nintendo. But it would be interesting to see if that would ever happen in the future. But as far as right now, despite what the article says and leads you to believe, this really doesn't affect us. It's kind of like, all right, look at this, and then continue on with your normal day activities, status quo, because Uncharted, MLB The Show, all those other PS4 exclusives, those are the two big ones that I'd like to be able to play on PC, but I guess there's other stuff like The Last Guardian and Horizon, whatever that game was called. There's other games, obviously, that people would love to be able to play on PC, but that's not going to happen. It was just a clickbaity article where they said that they led you to believe it, but unfortunately, it seems like it's just Sony's music division trying to make money with an independent game studio. I wasn't really interested in the games that they were releasing once I read through the article and found out that it wasn't the major titles that they produce. But I just wanted to talk about that, and it would be nice if one day in the future you could just play any game on the hardware that you wanted. But for now, those companies need to keep those titles to their own ecosystem so that they could sell units. But I'll see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.